Alright, I'm going to give you some really, really interesting facts about MF Doom that are probably not widely known, and I'm going to clear up a few myths and state what is fact. Now, this is according to research I've done and rumors that I've heard over the years, but I did the research to actually verify that there was truth to a lot of it. At the time, I didn't check the rumors, but now I've looked back at it and I see that some of those rumors were true about MF Doom, and they're not malicious. No, not at all. They're about you know funny things that MF Doom did that you know were very smart business moves. In hindsight, maybe some of them weren't, but some of them were very funny and were probably MF Doom's attempt to troll before trolling was popular. Now, before I get into it, please sub to this channel. It doesn't take much to sub. All right, thank you. Now, this is what I'm going to say, right, about MF Doom. He was very influential. He was an absolute legend. He moved to Long Island, New York at a young age, but he was born in the UK. A lot of people don't know that. They think that he was originally born in America, but that's not the case. He was actually from the UK, right? So he started off in a group called KMD. He was known as Zev Love X, and that was like back in the 80s, so 88. KMD disbanded in 93 when DJ Subrock, Zev Love's brother, died. So yeah, MF Doom lost his brother, DJ Subrock, who was a member of the KMD group. And then it was a tragedy because actually Subrock was hit by a car in a freak accident on a highway. So it really affected MF Doom, and he took a long hiatus from music for a while, and he only came back then in '98. So he took quite a substantial break from that his first album drop. They were meant to drop a second album, which on the eve of that, DJ Subrock got killed in a tragic accident. So, then that's when MF Doom in '98, he came with the mask. He reinvented himself. He came back in the rap game. And, he came with the Marvel Comics supervillain Doctor Doom by wearing the, Doctor Doom mask. And it was a gimmick that worked well because it helped propel him to the, superstardom, well, mostly in the underground. So he got known all around the world in the underground scene because of the mask. But his music was very influential as well. So, he actually then worked very hard from 2003 to 2005, under various pseudonyms to actually, do music. And, a lot of tragedy happened, like the unfortunate thing was that when MF Doom did shows in the UK, because he had, a tour going on and then he tried to get back into the States, he was actually denied entry. So he got that fed up that he decided to just relocate to the UK, a forced relocation, because America denied him entry back into the States, which had an adverse effect on his music career, no doubt, in my opinion, because he'd set up his whole life in the US and now he wasn't allowed back. So that would have been very hard to overcome. To make matters worse, his son passed away in 2017. So he lost his son to tragic circumstances. And, he's like MF Doom, it's been alleged that his health, he wasn't in the best health. He had a lot of health problems, weight problems apparently, but that's only been alleged. So, no one knew because this guy was very quiet and kept his personal life very secret. But, he struggled to get recognition and support from a lot of his peers. Now, it's interesting because a lot of people paid homage to MF Doom, but when he was alive, did they help him out? That's what you got to ask. Yeah, there were people like Ghostface Killer that loved MF Doom, but he got an overwhelming amount of like after he died. But when he was alive, those same people that were paying homage to him in death, they didn't really help him out in life. So the music game is pretty fake. There are a lot of people that, are all for self, and MF Doom struggled, his whole career to establish himself as a main hip hop player, because like there were a lot of people that that didn't help him out, but there were a lot that did. He was a very dope artist and very influential artist. Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, a lot of people would refer to him as. So, another actually thing he did to troll was, this is incredible. He sent people to shows that pretended to be him, that wore the same mask as him, and actually did shows and performed his songs. They were basically doing cover songs to his songs, but people were thinking that it was MF Doom or were confused, but it actually backfired at a show because the fans realised that it wasn't MF Doom, and the MC, that the imposter, got booed off stage. The MF Doom imposter copped a hard time, so that show had to end abruptly because people realised that it wasn't MF Doom, and they got very upset. So I thought that was a funny trolling thing, and I think the reason why MF Doom did things like that, because he was trolling the fans in ways that probably weren't a good idea, considering that the fans were irate about being fooled. But in hindsight, it's pretty funny. But that was MF Doom doing things like that. But he was a very personal guy, and it's unfortunate he passed away. And he's had a very hard life. But so even his road manager, according to Wikipedia, his road manager admitted the use of imposters as an intentional choice. It was at the show in Toronto where an imposter was booed off stage for pretending to be MF Doom. And then MF Doom actually came on stage himself, according to this. But, that was part of the show. That was part of, what MF Doom was about. He liked to, push boundaries and, musically and artistically, everything else. It was good. So, he left a lot of material behind, but under different aliases as well. So, he was very pioneering with some of the stuff he did. Anyway, these are the facts about MF Doom. Sub to the channel. Let me know what you think. I'm MC Rapology. Peace.